Okay folks, I'm back and I'm ready to show you some important things we need to talk about for this next assignment. The first thing we're going to talk about is a conditional function known as the if function. What an if function does is it displays something or something else based on a condition. That is, if the condition evaluates to true, it'll display one value. If the condition evaluates to false, then it can display some other value. And this is the format for the if function. If, condition, value if true, value if false. So it has three arguments. Now, just to give you an example of how this might be used, let's say we want to compute an import tax based on a car that is bought. Now, if it's bought from a foreign country, if its country of origin is a foreign country, they will be assessed the import tax. Otherwise, they will not. Okay? So we need an if function to do that. Alright. We have to determine the total price for each vehicle, and the import tax is 5% of the price. Now, of course, import tax is only assessed if the vehicle's country of origin is not the USA. Alright, so we're going to use an if function for that. Now, equals if, there we go, I'll select it. The logical test. What's the test? Well, country of origin is listed right here in this column. USA, France, Germany, France, Italy, and so on. Okay? So, what we have to do is, if this car gets assessed an import tax, we merely have to test if this cell next to it is equal to USA. Okay? You get it? If the contents of this cell, the cell right next to this one, is equal to USA, then they get the import tax. Okay, I'm sorry. If it's equal to USA, they do not get assessed an import tax. So my first value if this is true, should be 0. Because if this is true, we apply no tax. But if it's false, if it's not USA, then we do apply a tax. And how much is the tax? Well, right here it says 5% of the price of the vehicle. Alright, so even though this first car is from USA, it's not going to get assessed a tax, but I still need to type this into the formula. So I'm going to take 0.05 times the price of the vehicle, which is in this cell. Alright, now close off the function with your right hand parentheses, return. Now what does it say? Well, it says 0, right? So, but of course it does, because the country of origin of this particular car, the PT Cruiser, is the USA. So this if function worked correctly. If it's equal to USA, nothing. Otherwise, something else. Now, when I pull this down, because these are relative references in those cells, they will change, and therefore these other cars, which are all from outside the USA, will be assessed the import tax. Okay, they all failed the test. If C3 equals USA, it's not. If C4 equals USA, well, it's not. It's Germany. Alright, and because it fails the test, it displays the second value here in this formula, which is 0.05 times the price of the vehicle, which is over there. Okay? Pretty sweet, huh? Okay, so now all we have to do is determine the total price of the vehicle. We'll just wrap this up. That's pretty simple. We need to take this cell plus its tax, which in the case of the first vehicle is nothing, but still, if you want to use this same formula to work along the entire column, then you have to type it the same way up the beginning, even if that formula doesn't really apply for the first one because it has no tax. But you know, this could change at any time. Alright, and there we go. There's your if function. Pretty sweet, huh? Alright, I'll see you in the next video, folks.